Favor family, to God we give the glory. Good news is here. Welcome to the Favor Show. I am Pamela Lowery. As always, a lot is going on in the world today, but Favor is here to keep you encouraged, enlightened, and spiritually focused. On today's show, we'll be joined by the amazing Christian couple, Tori and Terry Smith, from the award-winning Houston show, Love and Black, who met and were married in a month, and the marriage has thrived. There is hope out there for single Favor family members. Also joining us is filmmaker of the trailblazing independent film, Tony Mamie Kanye. It gives a historical account of the first 3 African-American women who played professional baseball in the major league in the 1950s. Ashleigh B. Gilliam. We also have a quick sports check-in with Favor sports analyst Clarence Hill Jr. with a special interview with the cyclist Action Jackson. And yes, we have some delicious recipe ideas for any occasion with RJ, the sauce boss himself, right here in the Favor studios when we return.
I should be thinking, but I know that I have changed. A better place now, a new season. Gone is the pain.
Dating can be challenging, but dating as a Christian is different. We've heard if you like it, you should put a ring on it, but could you do it in 30 days? Well, my next guest did, and their marriage is now helping both singles and married couples across the world with their award-winning show, Love and Black. Welcome to the Favor Show, Tori and Terry Smith.
Hi there.
Thank you for that intro.
No problem. How are you guys doing? You know what? So many times people say, if you like it, you should put a ring on it. But tell us your story. What happened? How did you meet?
Oh man, our story is too long for it. Yeah, we're going to give you the extra short version. But basically, I was on the East Coast. My wife was on the West Coast. I was in Maryland. She was in Cali, and we met via Facebook. This is a long story short. Met via Facebook. When we connected, we had so much synergy, and we were both very intentional about what we wanted. So it just ran from there. It grew legs and ran from there.
Now,
it was definitely ordered by the Lord. We know that for sure.
That's what I'm saying. And you know, right now we're in an instantaneous culture where faith is sometimes put by the wayside, and God is the last person that you want to hear from when you're seeking a helpmate. How has God shifted your relationship? Because now you're helping people around the world with your story. But first, let's not get it twisted. You guys are licensed therapists, so you really can help people
Board
and take it to the
certified,
next
yeah.
level.
So we're national board certified.
Yeah, and when you say global, it's ironic because we do have a global platform with our show and all, and we've actually acquired clients from, by virtue of that.
Yeah,
but,
UK, Germany, all of that, Africa.
Africa, yeah. But God has truly worked with us. My wife was already in behavioral health, and then since we've been married, I went back to school and climbed on board and all. So we really feel that we have a mission from God, and that's bringing or building kingdom families. And you'll be surprised how many people are literally looking for God in their marriage or in their relationships. Yeah. We hear it so often.
I believe that's why we were called to this body of work, because both of us did not want a relationship that was not God-centered. And the reason that our marriage thrives is because the vision that God had given my husband and myself was to start a marriage ministry at a church. That was the start. Nothing more, nothing less. And because our hearts were pure, he took it to next levels and new heights we never dreamed.
Now, how did you know in 30 days? 30 days may seem as a short time frame, but some couples can be together for years and get married and get a divorce. How did you know within 30 days that she was your bride?
You know what? My wife always says this thing about Sleepless in Seattle, right? And literally, I'd never seen the movie, but on my part, I was literally searching for a Proverb 31. I was searching for someone, like my wife, if not her. But when I say we were intentional, we both came out of bad relationships, and we were both looking for the same thing, and we just happened to be across the country from each other, not knowing that we were literally doing the same things in our respective areas.
The Lord was walking with us. I mean, we were very devoted to our walk in Christ and wanted to do it obedient, and also wanted to follow the word with it. We did the wait. We wanted to follow the word because the Lord's word does not lie. And we wanted the keys to the kingdom. We wanted the land of milk and honey. We wanted all of that. And so we wanted to be intentional. And it just was effortless because it was how we were living anyway. Mm-hmm. We just happened to meet each other, and it aligned. Yeah. It aligned. So we never saw it in 30 days. We didn't realize it was 30 days till we started looking at what was being said, in the interviews and all, because we put so much focus on other couples. Then producers said, hey, we want to hear yours. Let's tell them your story. We're like, oh, it is 30 days.
It didn't hurt that she looked good, too, so.
Now, how did you guys blend families? Did you have children from previous relationships? How did you blend families, and how did that go? And what did your family say?
Oh, yeah. We have 6 kids and 6 grandkids, actually.
Okay.
And our oldest is 33. Go ahead, honey. I mean, she was saying something to you.
Yeah,
girl. I was so talking on my behalf, like my daddy.
With our blended family, our children were basically adults except for our younger two. I had a son that was literally just graduating high school when we met, and then our youngest daughter, was a junior. So they were able, before we became official empty nesters, we were able to blend the two of them, and they got along great.
Yeah.
So you guys have been married for 6 years, am I correct?
We're going on 7, yes.
Okay, so what advice would you give singles who are out there searching for their mate? What advice would you give them?
Me personally, before you come into a new relationship, you have to grieve your previous relationships. And normally I say relationship, but I'm saying relationships, plural, because during the therapy that we do, people bring not just adverse experiences from childhood, but from every relationship that they've been in. And if they never received help, if they've never gotten themselves together totally healed after those breakups, it's perpetual. They just keep running that cycle over and over again. So
be healed when they come to a new relationship. Be healed first.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So if our viewers wanted to hear, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. No, my suggestion for one, women do not look. He that findeth. He that findeth. So live and start living the life that you want to see now. I mean, a lot of women who are single, they'll wait to get their china cabinet. They'll wait to pick their china pattern. It's like, no, feel it and it will come.
Yes.
Prepare for it, and prepare for it intentionally with the Lord, but live, because then when it comes, it all comes together. So if you want to go back to school, if you want your profession to change, whatever the case may be, start setting your life up for that now.
Yes.
All it needs is the mate, because all the other work has been done. So do your work.
So if our viewers want to hear more from both of you, Tori and Terry, how can they get in touch with you?
So we're on 92.1 FM in Houston on Saturday mornings at 10:30. Even if you're not in the Houston area, you can go to the Houston Praise app. And we're still working on getting our television show back, but right now we have a YouTube channel. So our Saturday shows are also recorded, and you can go to youtube.com/Love and Black with Tori and Terry.
Black with Tori and Terry.
And on social media, it's Love and Black with Tori and Terry.
You can also look us up with loveandblackwithtoriandterry.com, which will tell you everything about us.
Yes, tell them, Terry, tell them.
Tell them, Terry.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the Favor Show today. And now you guys are both officially part of the Favor family. And we will definitely stay connected. And viewers, we'll have more information with Tori and Terry on our website to hear more about their story. So make sure you check favormag.com. When we return, we will speak with faith-driven filmmaker Ashleigh B. Gilliam, who's behind the amazing 8-minute film about Major League Baseball's first 3 American female players when we return.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Kanye West wins every Christian Gospel Award at Billboard Music Awards. The 44-year-old artist was nominated for 6 awards at this year's Billboard Music Awards: Top Christian Artist, Top Gospel Artist, Top Christian Album, Top Gospel Album, Top Christian Song, and Top Gospel Song. He won all of them, sweeping every category in the faith-based music genre. West's winnings were announced in a non-televised portion of the award show held at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. His 2001 album, Donda, took home the top honors in both categories, and his song Hurricane snagged the award for Top Christian Song. The Jesus Walks artist has won Top Gospel Artist and Gospel Song for the last 3 years and previously received the Top Gospel Album Award. However, this year marks the first time he's won in the Christian Artist categories, beating out Elevation Worship for King and Country and Lauren Daigle.
Organized sports have been the staple of American culture, dating as far back as the 1600s. But the pivotal force of many sports have been African American men and women. Baseball, known as America's pastime, excluded African Americans from the major leagues. But that didn't stop the show. The Negro Leagues were formed. The Negro Leagues, however, were the first place where a woman could own and run a baseball team. And it was the first professional baseball league where a woman took the field alongside men. Our next guest, Ashleigh B. Gilliam, a filmmaker and producer, shares some history with the world in an 8-minute film titled Tony Mamie Connie. Joining us all the way from North Carolina, welcome Ashleigh to the Favor Show. Hey Ashleigh, welcome to the Favor Show.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Now, this is a big thing. You have done a movie about a historical event that happened. How did God lead you in this journey?
Well, just like anybody, during the pandemic, a lot of devastation, right? People losing their jobs, a lot of things happening. Well, what I took was, I said that was a moment where God told me, you need to get back to your roots. And you need to start creating and to create and to write. And so I began writing and looking at movies and getting my inspiration. And I saw the film A League of Their Own, featuring Tom Hanks, Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell, and Gina Davis. And I saw the scene where it was a Black woman and she threw the ball and they threw it back. And then that was it. You didn't see anything else. And that piqued my interest. And so after doing a lot of research, I was able to find Mamie Johnson. She was actually the woman who auditioned or tried out for the baseball tryouts for the All-American Women's Baseball League. And she didn't get it due to her skin color. And I thought, that's the story there. I'm 29 years old and I have never heard of her. That's a problem.
Yes.
We need to be pulling those hidden figures out and giving them the credit they're due.
So what are some fun facts that our audience should know? Because the history of sports, especially Black women in sports, I remember personally from my family, my mother and my aunt used to play softball. So when I came across this story, it just really piqued my interest. But what are some fun, inspirational, and just fun facts that our viewers should know about blacks in sports overall?
Well, I think it's so interesting that not only do these women have to deal with racism, right, for that time, they also had to deal with sexism, right? And those are our Black brothers reaching out to us and saying, aren't you supposed to be in the kitchen? You know, you're at that age, you need to be either a wife or you need to have children. And for Mamie Johnson, she did have a family. She had a son during this time. Matter of fact, she played until she was in her 2nd trimester. I don't know if I could do that.
No,
I have 2 kids.
Laying on the couch somewhere,
right?
Some bonbons. So, where can viewers find this film? And I've read it also too that just in film festivals everywhere across the world. But where can our viewers check this movie out?
Yeah, so right now, due to the film festival stipulations, we're not able to make it widely available at this moment in time. However, a lot of people are able to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, to be able to check in and see the film festivals that we are doing. And I also aim to do at least one or two more viewings. And then, of course, once we do the viewing, I'm going to be able to stream it live, go on Facebook Live so that everybody can see it. You don't have to be in North Carolina to actually be there. So just continue to follow us on our social media networks and also online on our website, www.tonymamieconnie.com. And then you'll be able to get the update.
What words of inspiration do you have for fellow novice filmmakers or filmmakers that have a movie or a script on their heart? What advice would you give them?
I would say for me, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I would be doing this, I would tell you, girl, no, that's not me. I don't do that. Right. I think the biggest thing that I had to take into consideration being Black and being a woman is that I have a voice. I have a very important voice, and I have a perspective that a lot of people don't have. I'm Ashleigh. There's only one Ashleigh B. Gilliam, right? And so I had to kind of think about that because, of course, being a woman in this industry, you get that imposter syndrome. Like, am I supposed to be here? Is this really what I need to be doing? But the more and more that and that's a good thing for you to have a team of people to be behind you to say, girl, hush. This is your problem. This is you're supposed to be here. So I would say continue to nurture that gift and know that you have an important voice. You have something that needs to be heard, and it speaks to someone out there. You just don't know it yet, but it's been a lot of people that have told me, thank you, Ashleigh. Now I know I can do this. And that's important.
So first, we just want to say thank you for coming to the Favor Show. We're going to definitely stay connected with you. Are there any future projects that we should know about that you're working on, Ashleigh?
Yes. So this train just keeps on going. So I have a feature or a short film that was actually just stopped production. It's actually in post-production right now, and it's titled Elizabeth. Simply put, it's about the life of a single Black female. And so from the outside looking in, you think everything's perfect. She has a perfect life, but all is not what it seems to be. And then my next film we're doing is revolving around 7 Black men from different parts of the country, but they all came to one college, and it's actually in my hometown, North Carolina. It's in Belmont, North Carolina, and it talks about how they took over a building in 1969 and what transpired. Of course, with everything going on. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by the Favor Show, Ashleigh. We'll stay in touch with you. When we return, we'll have more interesting news, fun facts, and more right here on the Favor Show.
You know it's true. Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Welcome back to the Favor Show. Now, you know we have to give the Favor fam the scoop in sports. It's Favor Sports time.
Welcome to Favor Sports. I'm Clarence Hill Jr., or Chill Hill for the Favor fam. Let's start in my wheelhouse with the NFL, which just concluded the 2022 NFL College Draft. The national champion Georgia Bulldogs were the big winners with an NFL record 15 players selected in the 7th-round draft. 4 went in the first round, led by first overall pick and defensive lineman Trayvon Walker to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now contrast that to the Texas Longhorns, which had no draft pick. Zero zilch. The state of Texas led the way with 32 selections of players who grew up in the great state. Again, none went to the flagship school, which makes more money than any program in the country. No, Texas is not back. Maybe they need to rescind that SEC move. Ouch. All of the NFL teams believe they got better in the draft, as they should, including America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, time will tell. But you should root for their first-round pick, Tyler Smith, a Fort Worth kid who played at Tulsa. I've covered the Cowboys since 1996, and there's not been a more impressive first-round pick to walk through those doors in terms of comfort, character, smarts, and personality. We are rooting for Tyler. Speaking of heartwarming sports stories, let's turn our attention to a cyclist who's crisscrossing the country raising money for AIDS research and to find a cure. We have Action Jackson in the studio. Let's hear a little more about his story from the man himself. Action, how you doing, man?
I'm blessed, and thank you so much for having me here today. I appreciate you. And we're coming down to the end time right now where we're getting ready to start the 2022 AIDS life cycle. It's a cycling ride to raise money and awareness for people living with AIDS and HIV. And it starts in San Francisco and it goes all the way to Los Angeles. It's a 7-day bike ride, 545 miles down the coast of California.
Man, that's a long ride. That's a long ride. Let's just go back though. How did you get involved in cycling and raising money for AIDS research?
It was kind of like a godsend to me because of the simple fact that I've always been that kind of person that wanted to give back and always have given back. And that's part of the lessons that we learn in our faith, that you want to give back. You want to be that giver because it is better to give than receive, as we've always been taught. So for me, it's just been a thing about giving back to not only the people that are suffering from AIDS and HIV, but giving back to the African American community because we are leading in new cases among men and women. So I just want to keep that voice out there and let people know that the disease is still active and that we are still looking for a cure. And we still need your money and your help to raise funds for that.
And it's your own personal ministry.
Yes.
That's a testimony in itself. How can people help you?
It's real simple. Again, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on my social media, and you can also go to the AIDSLifecycle.org website and just give a donation. Just put in my name and I'll pop right up, and you can put in a donation, 20, 100, whatever you can give will help out the cause.
You know, and it's funny because it's not just about it is about the research, and it is about what you're doing, but this is a fitness thing as well. I mean, you just can't get on a bike and ride for 545 miles. How do you prepare for these rides?
Usually I start at the beginning of the year in January, and I'll start out just going to gym because it's not really cycling weather here in the Texas area. But then I'll do the gym for a few months, and then I'll go straight to the road, and then I'll just be cycling for the most part for the rest of the year. Right now it's just all bike work for me. It's just all on the bikes. So it's just a constant training all year round, really. That's why I love the Texas area, because you can ride a lot here, just not all year round.
How many rides have you done?
This will be probably my, I think, 15th or 16th ride overall, because I've done the Washington, D.C. AIDS ride several times. I've done New York to Boston once. I've started the Dallas AIDS ride here in Dallas back in 2000 when I first moved here, and I've done that twice. And I've done the California ride. This will be my 5th time doing that.
Action Jackson. Please support him and all he's doing for AIDS research. Remember, in sports, just as in life, the winner doesn't always go to the biggest, strongest, or richest. And as believers, we know he gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Isaiah 40:29. Back to you, Pam.
Thank you, Chill, for that amazing update. Now, are you planning a party and you don't know what to make, or having a date night and you want to show off your cooking skills? We have the perfect recipe for you up next.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it. Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it. Gonna get it, gonna slip it, gonna cuff it. Check it, talk to doctor and share it. Gonna get it, gonna slip it, gonna cuff it. Check it, talk to doctor and share it.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
Welcome back to the Favor Show. Now, you know, on the Favor Show, we always have to bring our family in. Right here, I have RJ, the sauce boss himself.
What's going on, Pam? How you doing today, girl?
I am so happy to see you. You know, he's representing Columbus, Ohio, and that's our hometown, and that's where we're from.
OH, baby.
That's right, Ohio.
Absolutely.
So, RJ, what you got for us? What you got for us here?
You know, so I bought a few things real quick. You know, we kind of talked about what you can do on a date night.
Yes.
Something you can do quick and easy if you got some family over and you want to act a little bougie and,
yes.
and don't take a whole lot of work. And so what I bought for you guys, I have two different things. I have a stuffed chicken.
Okay.
And I have a stuffed salmon.
Okay.
Now the beautiful thing about this is that all you need is two different pieces of meat. You can use the same stuffing, but I'm going to top it off with a Tuscan cream sauce.
Okay.
The sauce is what it's all about.
That sounds bougie.
Yeah,
so you have a date coming
and
over.
it's so easy to do. This is why I want you guys to know how to do Tuscan cream sauce, because it's so easy to do and it's so wonderful. And you can literally put it on everything.
Okay.
You can put it on pasta. I mean, I've even put it on steak.
Oh, wow.
You know, so this Tuscan cream sauce can go across anything that you decide you want to cook, and it really goes great with the stuffed chicken and the stuffed salmon.
Okay. So let's get busy.
So I'm gonna show you how to make it real quick. It's really simple, really easy. Okay. What we're gonna do is first thing you do, get you some wine.
Okay.
You
What kind of wine? Ripple?
Well, you know, I like to give it a little Moscato.
Okay.
Pour your little Moscato wine in there.
Boone's Farm.
You know, no Bullard Farm.
Okay.
Some kind of Moscato. You know. You're gonna let that kind of come up a little bit.
All
you know,
right.
you're gonna let it boil.
Okay.
While you're doing that, throw your little spinach in there.
Okay.
Okay. Get you some spinach.
All right. Okay.
Throw you some cherry tomatoes in there.
Okay. And they're already pre-washed. They're
already pre-washed. A little salt, a little pepper. Okay. And you're gonna cook that up a little bit. You're gonna let the spinach boil down. And as that start wilting down, as that come together and stuff like that, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your little bit of heavy whipping cream. This is heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna pour some heavy whipping cream in here. All right.
All right. Get it mixed up.
We're gonna mix that up. We're gonna mix that up real good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mix the heavy whipping cream up, and then after I do that, we're gonna throw a bit of salt and pepper in that again.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
A little Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
To your liking.
Yes.
And then what you're gonna do, I got a little Tuscan seasoning. Okay. You can get Tuscan seasoning from anywhere. Okay. A little Tuscan seasoning in there as well.
Now, how much would this be? If you're going to the store, how much is something like this so you can show off and do what you got to do?
You know, you literally, if you did a stuffed chicken with this, I mean, you could probably go buy you some chicken breast. It's $2.29 a pound.
Okay.
You know, you could probably go in there with $40 or $50 and get enough chicken and Tuscan cream sauce mix to feed 4 or 5 people with no problem at all.
Okay.
Very easy to do.
What's the total cook time?
The total cook time, the longest time it's going to take is to cook the chicken. You know, because what you're going to do is you're going to basically just stuff the chicken. And what I use for my stuffed chicken is I just use mascarpone cheese and spinach.
That sounds bougie. Where you get that at?
Mascarpone, Walmart sells it. You can get that from Walmart. And I like to stuff my chicken and stuff dry. A lot of people like to cook the spinach first, stuff it dry with the mascarpone cheese, and then put it in the oven, cover it with your seasoning, and let that go for 15, 20 minutes. And while you're doing that, you can make you some mashed potatoes like I made up here to plate it with. You can get your Tuscan cream sauce. And then once you get done with your cream sauce, you're going to add a little cheese in, like I say. You're going to let that cook up real good. You're going to bring all that together. And it's going to look like this when it's all said and done.
So I see that you have some already made.
I got some already made. It's going to look like this, okay? And then when you get done with it, you know, you're going to just come across that salmon. With that Tuscan cream
that
sauce.
Looks so delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's going to go over there just like that. Okay.
Favorite family, the favorite show don't make me fat. Okay. And I already got my COVID weight on me.
Absolutely.
That looks
You're
so
gonna just
good.
top it with that cream sauce right there, just like that. Okay. And that looks very bougie.
Yes, it does. But it's quick, it's simple.
It's quick, it's easy, it's simple, it's perfect for a date night. If you don't want to impress somebody or anything of that nature, you know, it's going to do all that for you. But it's a very, 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 very great dish to cook. It's easy to do.
Do you have a fork? How can I taste it real quick? I need to taste it. I need to taste it.
We absolutely got a fork for you.
Here, let me see. Let me hear it because we on the timeline. Let me see. Let me get this out of here. Let me taste it with the spoon.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Get you some mashed potatoes. Put over some mashed potatoes just like that.
Okay. You put your toe in that. Now that tastes good. You know, I always wonder when you will watch people eating stuff on television.
Right.
Is it really good?
Is it really good?
That's popping.
Absolutely. It has to pop.
That's popping. So, where can our viewers get more information about you?
Well, you know, you can find me on Instagram at RJ the Sauce Boss. You know, if you guys want to come dine with me, I'm over at Zuri Lounge in Arlington, 117 South Watson Road. We also have a page for that at Zuri Arlington.
That's in Dallas, Texas, y'all. So
Absolutely.
if you're ever coming down to Dallas, Texas, go visit him.
Absolutely. Come see me, come pull up, you know, come eat with me. We got all these great foods. It's an amazing time, amazing vibe. And so, you know, we cook, we cater, we do private dinners, we do anything that anybody needs us to do.
All right. Stay tuned for more right here on The Favor Show. Favor family, the victory has already been won because the spirit that is in you is greater than the spirit that lives in the world. I want to thank you all for joining us, but before you leave, I want to let you know that everything will fall into place when you keep God first, for his word always stands true. God bless and take care.
I don't really know what I should be thinking, but I know that I have changed.